Saturday night from a packed Wembley Stadium in a championship showdown for undisputed heavyweight supremacy. IBF heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois squared off against the reigning heavyweight king, the unified WBA, WBO, WBC heavyweight champion, the reigning Ring Magazine world heavyweight champion, the one and only Oleksandr Usyk. These two first fought nearly 2 years ago, when Usyk stopped Dubois in round 9. But this time around, Usyk was 2 years older at 38, and the 27-year-old Dubois was 2 years more experienced, entering the ring coming off of a nice 3-fight winning streak. Right out of the gate, Usyk looked fantastic. He was using a blend of outstanding footwork, clever feinting, and hypnotic upper body movement, providing his former victim with an elusive and slippery target. Usyk was using a slick jab to great effect, and Dubois was having difficulty establishing his own rhythm. When Dubois did touch Usyk here and there, Usyk's quick movement neutralized the impact. Usyk was in complete control of the action, and he got off to an extremely fast start that set the tone for the entire fight. Usyk came out looking just as good to begin round 2, where he was already establishing a terrific rhythm. Dubois was trying his best to maneuver his way into position to unload, but by the time he usually got there, Usyk was already somewhere else. Usyk was very defensively sound, and he looked mighty relaxed in there, whereas Dubois seemed a bit confused and unsure of himself. Usyk's stellar feinting with his lead hand was allowing him to land sneaky jabs when Dubois least expected. Meanwhile, Dubois continued having trouble doing anything with his own jab. Usyk was a confident and smooth operator, and he was expertly neutralizing Dubois' potent firepower. Dubois tried turning up the pressure in round 3, and he was beginning to put forth a more spirited effort. Dubois landed a sharp right that Usyk absorbed well, and Usyk continued moving exceptionally well as Dubois tried turning up the heat. Usyk's cat-like reflexes and impeccable timing were still allowing him to land, even when Dubois was pressing the action and backing him up. Dubois was having his best round to this point, but he was still being outboxed and outfoxed by a superior tactician. Dubois landed nice to start the 4th, but it didn't take long for Usyk to slip his way back into a more favorable range, where his trademark movement helped him quickly re-establish command of the distance. Dubois threw a nice uppercut, where Usyk's movement caused him to just miss landing flush. After that, Dubois was again having trouble with timing Usyk's awkward motions, where Dubois was often overextending or out of position, and Usyk was instinctually discovering favorable angles. Whenever Dubois was landing, Usyk was usually rolling to reduce the sting. Dubois landed a shot that strayed low, eerily reminiscent of the low blow controversy from their first fight. But Usyk remained undeterred, and his superior fluidity was on full display as he continued outboxing Dubois. Dubois landed a sharp right early on in the 5th, and Usyk took it well and quickly recomposed. Usyk was still dictating the action, and Dubois was still struggling whenever Usyk created a little space. Usyk was opening up a bit more with his own offense, and doing so with great precision. Dubois then went on the attack with Usyk backed into a corner, and in the midst of a heated exchange, Usyk clipped him with a sweet right that sent Dubois timbering down. Dubois beat the count, but he looked hurt and defeated. Cool as an assassin, Usyk immediately jumped on him, and a booming catapult left soon had Dubois down again. And this time, Dubois would not be beating the count. The fight was over. And it was a spectacular 5th-round knockout for Oleksandr the Great. With the victory, Oleksandr Usyk is once again the undisputed world heavyweight champion. That actually makes Usyk a 3-time undisputed world champion in the modern 4-belt era. He was previously undisputed world cruiserweight champion. He became undisputed world heavyweight champion after he won his first fight against Tyson Fury. And with the victory here over Dubois, he is now a 2-time undisputed world heavyweight champion. Honestly though, that's a mere technicality. Usyk never lost the IBF belt in the ring. Indeed, Usyk never lost any fight in the ring as a professional. Usyk already was the one and only true heavyweight champion going into this one, and the only reason he wasn't technically undisputed going in was because of alphabet politics. It's very similar to the situation with Muhammad Ali during his first reign as World Heavyweight Champion. After Ali won the championship in his first fight against Sonny Liston, the two signed to have a rematch. The WBA didn't like this, so they stripped him of their belt. The new WBA champion was determined when Ernie Terrell defeated Eddie Machen for the vacant strap. No disrespect to Terrell, but everyone at the time knew the real world heavyweight champion was Muhammad Ali. And no disrespect to Daniel Dubois, but going into this one, everyone knew Usyk was the real world heavyweight champion. Things were eventually set right when Ali and Terrell squared off in February 1967, and Ali won the fight by a lopsided 15-round unanimous decision. So Ali regained the WBA strap that rightfully belonged to him to begin with. Same thing here with Usyk. The only difference is that technically Usyk vacated the IBF, whereas Ali was stripped by the WBA, but it's the exact same type of scenario. In any case, Usyk is now universally recognized as the World Heavyweight Champion by all 4 alphabet belts. He is the reigning Ring Magazine Heavyweight Champion, and he has a rightful claim to the lineage dating all the way back to John L. Sullivan. Beyond being the baddest man on the planet, the undisputed king of the heavyweight division, Usyk is also widely regarded as the absolute best in the world today, the pound-for-pound king of boxing. Amazingly, Usyk is 38 years old, and that was perhaps his most impressive performance to date at heavyweight, where he actually improved on his effort from last time they faced, despite being 2 years older. At this point, it's difficult to imagine anyone beating Usyk right now, something Lennox Lewis said after the fight on DAZN. I agree with Lennox. It's hard to imagine Usyk losing against anyone in the world right now. As far as where Usyk goes from here, some of the possibilities discussed in the post-fight interview included a third fight against AJ, or a third fight against Fury. I understand that these are big money fights for Usyk, big time mega fight promotions that will no doubt generate huge money resulting in a huge payday. But personally, I don't see the point in either fight. Usyk already decisively beat them both twice. The first Fury fight was close, but Fury is coming off of back-to-back losses against Usyk, and AJ is coming off of the devastating knockout loss against Dubois. Before either man gets a crack at Usyk, they should at least have to fight each other to earn the shot. Historically, it's not usual for a heavyweight champion to defend against a man he already beat twice. Ezzard Charles did against Jersey Joe Walcott, and Walcott won that fight by spectacular knockout. But in this case, I honestly think there are more deserving challengers than Fury and AJ. In my opinion, Joseph Parker is clearly the most deserving challenger out there right now. Parker is on a solid 6-fight winning streak, where in his last 3, he beat Deontay Wilder, who was top 5 at the time. Then he beat Big Bang Jong, who was also top 5 at that time. And last time out, Parker stopped Martin Bakole in impressive fashion. And he was top 10 at that time, even though he was a last-minute replacement. So I think Parker is most worthy. I also believe Agit Kabayel is a deserving title challenger. And in my mind, with his style and his incredible ability to dig down stairs, I believe that is the most interesting fight out there for Usyk right now, even though I believe Parker is more deserving. So I'd rather see Usyk face Parker or Kabayel myself. But honestly, Usyk is on such a damn fine run of dominance. I just want to see him back in action sooner than later, whoever he chooses to fight. Congratulations to Oleksandr Usyk following a spectacular performance. Oleksandr the Great indeed. And best of luck to both Usyk and Dubois moving ahead. What did you think of the fight? Please share your thoughts. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and have a wonderful night. This is Rummy on the Ring from Rummy's Corner.